can you spotlight your screen?
Okay.
Just let me know when you're done and I'll start. Shivani?
Yeah, how do you do that?
Spotlighting yourself.
Spotlighting the screen. Acha, okay. Wait, hold.
No, you just need to spotlight yourself, then it'll go to everyone. Everyone in the chat, can you all just type if you all are able to see the presentation? Just use the chat to type if you all can see the presentation screen. Yes? Okay. Oh, what's happening? Shivani? Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Raman Awards Bootcamp. I understand that there may be parents, teachers, and school coordinators watching, so I extend a warm welcome to all of you. And hey guys, my name is Ashray, and I'm a facilitator here at ThinkTac. And today we will be discussing about the Raman Awards. So the main aim is to give you guys an idea about what kinds of submissions we will be expecting you guys to make for the Raman Awards competition and to guide you guys on what that submission looks like. All right. The registration for the Raman Awards begin only in July and the finals take place in February of next year. So don't worry, you have a lot of time to spend on the competition. But today, just try to focus on seeing what you can gain from this bootcamp. And don't worry, this session is being recorded and the recording will be posted on YouTube over the next few days. So if you've missed anything, you can just watch the recording and take it from there, whatever you've missed. Some people have asked us if this type of session will happen again. Unfortunately, this isn't a recurring workshop. What this means is that this bootcamp will not be happening again. But like I said, this bootcamp is being recorded. So don't worry, you can just watch the recording on YouTube if you've missed anything. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. My colleagues will let me know about the questions and we'll do our best to answer your queries. All right. So yes, Shivani, you can move on to the next slide. Okay. So the Raman Awards began in 2018 with the aim of creating interest among students, you guys, in the field of science. In this competition, we look for creativity and scientific aptitude in whichever student participates. The Raman Awards are a scientific thinking competition. What this means is that we aren't looking for just a model that works, that you showcase during science day at school or something. We want to see that you've explored the activity and are able to explain the observations you make while you've explored the activity. I will explain what this statement means in the coming slides of the presentation. But for now, this is a good thing to keep in mind. Next slide, Shivani. Any information that you're looking for is available on the Raman Awards website, www.ramanaward.org. Please remember that there is no S in this website. It's not ramanawards.org. It is ramanaward.org. So if you want to take like a pencil and paper and just write this name of the website, any information that you're looking for will be available on this website. Yeah. So what we're going to be doing now is that I'm going to be taking you guys through an example of an activity that can be, sorry. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking you guys through an example of an activity that can be submitted to the awards. And then I will tell you what the expectations of the competitions are. So the activity that we're going to be making today is called the water spray model. Next slide, one. So just check if you guys have all of these materials. You'll need a straw, a foam piece, tape, scissors, and a container of water. So just make sure you have these things. I'll repeat it again. Check if you have these materials: straw, foam piece, tape, scissors, and a container of water. So if you guys have, just type in the chat. Everyone, can you just type in the chat if you all have the materials? All right, most of you guys have the materials. So what we're going to do now is we're going to watch this video twice, and then I will make the model with you guys, okay? So Shivani, can you play the video and what do you say, make it full screen? Okay, so we've seen the video once. We'll watch the video once again, and then I will make this model with you guys. Shivani, before you play the video, I think Lakshmi has entered the session. Just can you make her co-host also?
Okay.
Yeah, and play the video.
Yeah.
All right. So Shivani, can you spotlight me now? I'll sit and make the model with everyone. Okay, guys, can you just type in the chat if you're able to see me right now? Yes. All right. Okay. So let's sit and make the model. All right. For this model, you'll need a straw, a foam piece, a piece of foam, or an eraser, or a cardboard. Anything will do. Some tape, any tape will do, and scissors, and a small container of water. These are the things that you'll need for this activity. So the first thing that we're going to do is I want you guys to fold your straw into half. Fold your straw into half and then cut it. Fold the straw into half and then cut it into two halves. I'll just repeat that. Fold your straw into half and then cut it into two halves. The next thing that you need to do is take out a piece of tape. And the way that you need to stick this on your foam piece is the opening. Is it visible? The opening of my straw and one side of the foam piece are all in one line. That's how you need to stick your first straw. So I've put the tape and the opening of my foam piece, of my straw, and one side of the foam piece are in one line, like so. So first thing that you guys need to do is cut your straw in half, then take one half, and the first half you need to attach it to the foam piece in such a way that the opening of the straw and one side of the foam piece are all in one line. All right. Now the next thing that you need to do, cut another piece of tape. Oops. Cut another piece of tape. Put it on the straw. And this time, how do you need to attach the second straw? It needs to cover half of the first straw. So remember what the second straw needs to do. It needs to cover half of the first straw. And that's how you need to attach it to a foam piece. So as you guys can see, my second straw that I attached covers half the opening of my first straw. Just can you all put in the chat if you all are able to reach up till this point? Okay. Basically, just to go through the whole thing again, take a straw, fold it in half, cut it into two halves, take one half and attach it to the foam piece in such a way that it's opening and one side of the foam piece are in a straight line. This is my first straw. The one in my right hand is my first straw. that I've attached in such a way that its opening is in one line with the foam piece. Now the second straw, this is more important, needs to be attached in such a way that it covers half the opening of the first straw. All right. Then what you need to do is place the second straw, the unblocked straw, in your container of water and blow. Were you guys able to see the spray? Just write in the chat if you guys were able to see the spray in your models. Just to repeat this, what to do with the second half. The second half needs to cover half of the first straw. The second straw that you're going to attach needs to cover half the first straw in this way, half the opening. Then place the second straw, the unblocked straw. So the first straw is your half blocked straw. The one from which you blow is your half blocked straw. You need to put the unblocked straw into the container of water and blow. My water is over. Just give me a second. Are you guys able to see the spray? Just write in the chat if your models are working. Okay, some of y'all are saying no, some of y'all are saying yes. If your model is not working, again, I'll repeat this important point again. Make sure that the second straw that you attach is blocking half of the first straw. The second straw that you attach needs to block half the first straw. And you need to put the second straw into the container of water. For some of y'all, it's working very good. Awesome. All right, I can see that it's working for a bunch of you guys. Again, I'll just repeat if all of the instructions to the making of this model. Take a straw, fold it in half, cut it in half, take one half and attach it to your foam piece in such a way that, so this is the first straw that I attached. I attached the straw in such a way that it's opening and one side of the foam piece are all in a straight line. Now, the most important part is how you attach the second straw. This is my second straw. So the second straw needs to cover half of the first straw, half the opening of the first straw. I hope this is clear. And then you need to place the second straw into your container of water and blow. All right, so now that we've sort of finished making this model, in the chat box, I want you guys to sort of tell me, why do you think this activity works the way that it does? Do you have any theories? Why does this activity work? Even though I'm blowing from my first straw, water is, coming out of the model. So why do you think it works? Wow, someone has given a really wonderful explanation. Okay, a lot of y'all are saying presence of air. Someone said physics. Okay. Air pressure, wind pressure, vacuum. Okay. Apparently, vacuum is causing this to work. All right. So let's move on to sort of understanding why this water spray model works the way that it does. So what we know for sure is that any fluid, where, sorry, Shivani, can you remove my spotlight and share your screen? Because I think they can still see me instead of the presentation. Can you go on to the next slide? Yeah. So what we know for sure is that any fluid, be it liquid or a gas, always moves from a place of high pressure to a place of low pressure. So the fact that water is moving up our second straw means that the pressure at the top of the second straw is lower than the pressure at the bottom of the second straw, correct? So why is this the case? So let's try to understand that. When we blow air through the first straw, to the half block straw, the air is forced to come out of a smaller hole than it entered. Remember, we have blocked the exit of the first straw using the second straw. We've blocked half the exit. So the air has to come out through a smaller area than which through it enters. So what happens? This causes the air to come out of a with a higher speed. So when the air comes out of the first straw, it comes out with a higher speed. So have you guys ever tried to sort of tear a paper into a bunch of small pieces and just place it on the table and then blow? What happens when you blow? They all scatter, right? So in the same way, when we have air, coming out of our first straw with this higher speed, it causes the air in the opening to scatter, and that reduces the pressure at that point. So this drop in pressure is what causes water to move from the bottom of the container up the second straw and then come out as a spray where as we continue to blow. Okay, so this is how our model works. This is how our activity works. So let's move on with the presentation. Next slide, Shivani. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do now is that after the end of this session, once the session ends, take a picture of you blowing through this water spray model and do with these pictures. All that you got to do at the end of the session is take a picture of you blowing through this model and send it to your school coordinator. So now what we'll do is I'll take you through, what our expectations of a submission for this competition are and what the process of this competition is going to be. So the first expectation that we have for your submissions is that you have to use simple materials to make your submission. The simpler the material, the better. We do not want you to spend too much, buying an expensive electronic digital sensor and make a model out of that and, send that as a submission. No, that's not what we want. The simpler the material that you use to make the activities, the better. The second point I want you guys to keep in mind. So what do I mean by that? For example, some students, what they might do is that they might, use a pulley to make an activity where they use a pulley that lifts water from a well, and they say that this helps the problem of solve the problem of lifting water from an underground source.
Ashray, just a minute. They're saying they're not able to hear your voice.
Not able to hear. Audible now?
Yeah, we are able to hear, but Some are still saying not able to hear. See, Darsh is saying he can hear.
Okay.
Yeah, most of us can hear. Then some network issue, I think. Just log out and log in.
Have they connected? Have they joined the audio of the Zoom meeting? Sometimes that is an issue. If they have not joined the audio of the Zoom meeting, then they might not be able to hear. But I'm guessing for most people, I am audible.
Yeah, you're audible. You continue, Ashray.
Okay. Okay. Just 1 minute. Okay. So some students might, use a pulley that lifts water. Use a pulley, make an activity where they use a pulley that lifts water out of a well, and they say that this helps solve the problem of lifting water from an underground source. But that's not the main aim of this competition. We're not asking you to. It's not an application-based competition. It's a concept-based competition. So if you focus on the concept and the science behind your activity, and you're able to clearly show that you understand the science behind why your activity works the way that it works, that's what you're looking for, all right? And finally, I'm going to stress once again the fact that we don't want you to just submit a working model of something, just a model that works. What we want is we want you to explore your activity and play with it. What do I mean by that? So here's a hint. You can think along these lines. If I change one aspect of my activity, how does it affect the working of my activity? So let's move on to the next slide. Yes. And I'll try to explain what I mean by exploring your activity. So, Shivani, the previous one. Just give me a minute. Intermediate. Yeah, the previous slide, Shivani. Previous 2 slides actually. Yes. Yes, this is the one. No, the one after this. Yes, this is the one. This is the one. All right. So what do we mean when we say we want you guys to explore your activity? Well, the main way that you can explore your activity is to make as many variations of your activity as possible. And remember, the question that you need to ask is, if I change this one aspect of my activity, how does it affect the working of my activity? So let's use this water spray model that we have made today and see how we can explore it. Next slide, Shubhani. So what you guys can see here is that I've made a list of all the things that I can change in my activity. So what was the question that I asked you guys to keep in mind? If I change one aspect of my activity, how does it affect? Change the size of the whole size of the straw that I use. I can change the material of the straw. I can change the angle between the straws. I can change the length of the blocked straw. I can change the length of the unblocked straw. So Shivani, can you just spotlight me now? I'll just show them what I have made. Shivani, I don't think I'm yet spotlighted. Yeah, all right. So I showed you guys the list of the things that I can change. So one of the things that I can change is the angle that is between the straws. So this was sort of the model that we had made with a right angle, 90 degrees. So what did I do? I cut the square into half. I used one half to make an obtuse angle and I used another half to make an acute angle. And then I repeat the process. I put this inside my container and I blow. Then I put this inside my container and I blow. And I put my acute angled model and I blow. And I see what changes happen. So, yeah, you can remove my spotlight now and you can show the presentation. So the thing that I changed here was the angle between the straws, right? So when I used an acute angle, I didn't see any water come out. Why? Because the straws were not blocking each other. The angle was too small for the straws to block each other at 45 degrees. When I used a 90-degree one, the one that we made just now, the more activity worked perfectly fine. And when I used a 135-degree one, where it was a larger angle, that had water in it. So in this way, I have explored the activity. I've made variations of my activity. What I've done, first thing, I listed down all of the things that I can change about my activity. Then I changed one aspect and I saw how does this affect the working of my activity. I changed the angle between the straws and I checked how this affects whether water gets sprayed or not. And what I saw was that when I have an acute angle, no water is coming out. When I had a right angled model, water came out normally. And when I had an obtuse angled model, the straw basically acted as, the two straws basically acted as one straw. All the air that I was blowing went into the container itself. So in this way, you need to like explore your activity. You can make, in fact, you can make activities where you change the size of the straws that you use. So you can use a fatter straw, a thinner straw, like a fruity straw, and make an activity out of that, and then see how does it change the amount of water that comes out, all of these things. So in this way, you need to explore and explain scientifically why, you know, the change that you have made has caused your activity to work that way. So when I made my model with an acute angled piece of foam, I realized that the straws were not, the second straw was not blocking the first straw, which is why I was not able to see any water come out of my model. And with the obtuse angled one, it was essentially behaving as a single straw. For this way, I was able to explore and explain my activity. And this is what we expect of you guys. It's not just, okay, I have made the water spray and it works, so this is my submission for the Raman Awards competition. No, what we want to see you guys is make different variations. I could have tried with like a 60-degree angle. I could have tried different angles. I could have tried, for example, increasing the length of the second straw that I attached to my model. So we want to see you guys make as many variations of your activity as possible. Make observations based on those variations, and make inferences and conclusions based on your observations. You need to explain scientifically why you see the observations that you see. So these are our expectations for the submissions that you'll be giving for the Raman Awards competitions. Next slide, Shivani. And the last thing that we want you guys to remember is that we want you guys to have fun also while making these activities. The more fun that your activity seems to us, the better it is considered as a submission. So now that I've sort of explained to you guys what our expectations are for the submission, I'm going to take you guys through the timeline of the Raman Awards competition. Next slide, Shivani. All right, so the Raman Awards registration. So this is the timeline of the Raman Awards competition. The registrations we begin only on July 1st. So you have time to register for the competitions, and the registrations will go on for 1 month, July 1st and July 31st. This is these are the deadlines for the registration. The registration ends on July 31st and they open on the 1st. Once you guys register, you will be sent to a different portal, a different website where all of the information related to your submissions will be available. And you need to register on the Raman Awards website. If you remember, I showed you guys earlier in the presentation, www.ramanawards.org. That's the website. You'll have to register there. Registrations begin on the 1st of July and registrations end on the 31st of July. And once you register, you'll be sent to a different portal, a different, website where all of the necessary information related to your submission will be available. So now that I've explained to you when registrations are happening, there are 2 ways to participate in the Raman Awards. One, either you are nominated by your school, or 2, you register on your own. So these are the 2 ways that you can participate in the Raman Awards. Either you are nominated by your school or you register on your own. Now, whether you are nominated or you have registered on your own, everyone will have to go through stage 0. So what is stage 0 of the competition? In stage 0, there will simply be a small questionnaire, a set of questions that will assess if you have understood what the submission process is, and more importantly, if you have understood what our expectations of the competition are. So once you have been registered or nominated, on that website, you'll be taken to stage 0. What happens in stage 0? There'll simply be a questionnaire that will assess if you have understood what the submission process is, and more importantly, if you've understood what our expectations are as a submission for the Raman Awards competition. So once you finish off stage 0, you move ahead. Now, here's where a split happens. If you have been nominated by your school, you will directly be participating in stage 2. I'll just repeat that. If you have been nominated by your school to participate in the Raman Awards, after you finish stage 0, you will directly be participating in stage 2. But if you have registered on your own, you have not been nominated by your school and you have registered on your own, then you will be going through stage 1. So now let me just, so this information that I'm going to give you next is information for the schools who are watching. All schools can nominate 3 students from each category: junior, senior, intermediate. Junior is 3rd and 4th grade. Intermediate is 5th, 6th, 7th, and senior is 8th, 9th, 10th grade. So all schools can nominate 3 students each from each category. And our requirement is that if you are a co-ed school, 1 student needs to be a female student out of the 3 that you are nominating for the awards. I'll just repeat that. This information is for the schools. You can nominate 3 students per category. And if you are a co-ed school, we have a requirement that at least one of those students needs to be a female student. So now what happens in stage 1? So stage 1 is for all those participants who have registered on their own, who have not been nominated by the school. So what happens in stage 1 is we will decide that you will there will be a pre-decided activity for you guys to make. So we will decide what that activity is, and you will have to make that activity. After making that activity, you will need to submit 1 picture of the activity and a video of the activity. And all of this will happen on the website that you will be taken to after you have registered. So for stage 1, you will need to submit 1 picture of the activity and a video of the activity. And this is an activity that we will decide. There will also be an observation quiz related to this activity that you will have to solve and submit. And stage 1 will happen between August 1st and September 15th. So just to recap everything, registrations begin July 1st, registrations end July 31st. All students will have to go through stage 0, which is just a set of questions that will assess if you have understood what our expectations are from you. Then if you have been nominated by your school, directly you will participate in stage 2. But if you have not been nominated by your school, then you'll participate in stage 1. What happens in stage 1? There will be a pre-decided activity that you will have to make. We will decide what that activity is, and you will have to make that activity. What all do you need to submit for stage 1? You will need to submit a picture of the activity and a video of the activity. There will also be an observation quiz related to this activity. You will have to solve that and submit that for stage 1. And stage 1 will happen from August 1st to September 15th, 1.5 months. All right. So once you clear stage 1, all of you guys will be participating in stage 2. Remember, those who have been nominated by the school will directly be participating in stage 2. So if you've cleared stage 1, you've registered on your own, and you have cleared stage 1, then all of you guys will be participating in stage 2. What happens in stage 2? Well, basically, in stage 2, you are allowed to make whatever innovation, whatever activity you would like to make. That activity is of your choice. You are allowed a maximum of 2 activities. So you can submit 2 models, 2 activities for stage 2. And each activity will be assessed separately. So what all do you need to submit for stage 2? Two pictures of the activity per activity and a video of the activity per activity. And there will also be a template available at stage 2 that you will have to download from the website and fill that out for stage 2 and submit. So if you are submitting one activity for stage 2, you will need to submit 2 pictures of the same model, a video of that model, and download and fill a template that will be available on the website. If you're doing 2 activities that you'll be submitting for the competition, then you'll have to give 4 pictures of the activities, 2 for each, 2 videos, 1 for each. So these are all the things that you need to submit for stage 2. Stage 2 will happen between
They're
October
again
1st
asking,
and November
Ashray,
15th.
Ashray, one second, they're again asking, should they come through stage 0? Some are asking like that.
Yes, stage 0 is compulsory for everyone, whether you have been nominated by your school or you have registered on your own. Stage 0 is compulsory for everyone. So stage 2 happens between October 1st and November 15th. Again, 1.5 months. Then let's assume you guys clear stage 2 also. Then you guys will be appearing for stage 3. Stage 3 is basically the finals. The finals will happen in February 4th. I'll just repeat that. Stage 3 is the finals, and the finals will happen on February 4th. They will happen in Raman Research Institute, which is in Bangalore. So if you guys are participating in the finals, you will have to come to Bangalore to attend the finals, which will happen on Feb 4th. So during the finals, we will be giving you guys a problem statement related to. You will have to solve it and explain it to the judges. Finalists are expected to create their own innovations on the spot, and the best one, judged by our expert panel, will be declared the winner in each category. So what happens in stage 3? Stage 3 is the finals that will happen on Feb 4th at Raman Research Institute in Bangalore. You guys will have to come to Bangalore for the finals. We will give you a problem related to a specific activity. That activity will be decided by us. The problem also will be decided by us. We will give you the materials also to make the activity. And on the spot, you will have to make the activity. You will have to make all of your variations that I was talking about, exploring your activity. So you'll have to do that, and you'll have to solve the problem that is given to you. And you'll have to explain what all observations you see while you've explored your activity. And the judges will decide, who the winner is going to be. So this is the timeline for the Raman Awards. If you guys still have
Ashray,
not understood,
Gia is
yes.
asking when we get to know about stage 0.
Stage 0. So once you register, immediately you'll be, taken to a portal, a website where all of the information related to stage 0 will be available there. Yeah. So once you finish registering, you'll be taken to a portal where stage 0 information will be there. Everyone compulsory, whether they are nominated or are registering on their own, will need to go through stage 0. If you've registered on your own, you'll have to go through stage 1. In stage 1, we will decide an activity that you need to make. You have to make that activity, submit a picture and a video of that activity. There will also be an observation quiz related to that activity. You'll have to fill that out and submit that. So these are all for stage 1. For stage 2, you will have to give 2 pictures and a video of your activity. You get to decide what the activity is going to be for stage 2. It'll be 2 pictures and a video. And there will also be a template available on the website, and you'll have to download that template and fill it and submit that also as part of the submission for stage 2. And finally, for stage 3, which is the finals, you guys will have to come to Raman Research Institute in Bangalore. We will give you an activity to do. We'll give you all of the materials related to that activity. We'll also give you a problem statement related to that activity. You'll have to do your explorations. You'll have to make your innovations. You'll have to solve that problem statement, and the judges will decide who the winner is going to be. So this is the flow for Raman Awards competition. So if you guys have not, next slide, Shivani, the last slide. So don't worry if you guys have not understood the flow. All of this information will be available on the Raman Award website. Just to kind of reiterate what the website is, www.ramanaward.org. So this brings us to the end of the bootcamp session. It was wonderful having you guys here. From our side, we have nothing more to convey. If you would like to leave, you are free to leave now. If you have any questions, you can stay, but you can, if you'd like to leave, you can leave now. Bye, everyone, and thank you all for coming. And all of this whole thing has been recorded. It will be available on YouTube. If you,
Shivani, can you stop the live stream or wait, let them have get their doubts cleared, then you can stop. Not now.
Yeah. This whole thing has been
Guys, I'll
recorded. Will be
unmute you
available
one
on
by
YouTube.
one. Please turn on your video, Vihankaran. Your video should be on when you're talking. Yes, Vinny, you can go ahead.
It is only possible that we have to make only water stay.
Sorry, I'm not able to hear you. Do you think you can speak closer to the mic?
It means we have to only make water stay only.
No.
No, not really,
No.
Vinny.
For stage 2, you can make whatever activity you want to make. And for stage 1, we'll be telling you guys what the activity is going to be. Water spray we made today to give you an example of what kind of submissions we expect for the Raman Awards. Today was just an example, just to show you guys what kind of submissions we expect from you guys.
Okay.
You don't have to only submit. You don't have to only submit water spray.
See on YouTube, Ashray, they are asking where do we submit stage 2? It's all in the website.
On the website, yeah, all in the website. Once you register, you'll be taken to a portal. All of the information related to your submissions will be available on that portal. Whether you have passed through a particular stage, that information also will be available on the portal. And I can see a lot of you guys waiting. If y'all don't have questions, you are free to leave. The session's over. You don't have to stay. Only stay if you have any questions. Otherwise, you guys can leave. So yes.
Yeah, Lakshita,
Dhruvi?
go ahead.
Yes. Sir, I had a doubt in the observation. What was the observation of the activity?
What was the observation? So basically, when you change one aspect of your activity, what do you see happen? How does the working of your activity change? That is your observation. So for example, I changed the angle between, I made this angle larger, right? And when I put my unblocked straw into the water, no water sprayed out of my model. In fact, all the air just went into the container of water and just started to bubble. I'll just show you it. So here is my container of water, and this is my variation. This is one of the variations I've made. So when I blow, it's just, air bubbles. So my observation is that this behaves as, a single straw. It's not behaving as two separate halves. So that's your observation. That's all.
Okay, thank you so much.
So you need to make different variations of your activity and see, how does this change the working of my activity? And then think about why this change is happening. And if you can explain that change scientifically, then, well and good. That's what we're kind of expecting for the competition.
Okay, thank you, sir. Bye.
Welcome. All the best. All the best, everyone, for your competition submissions.
Dhruvi, your doubt is cleared?
No, I had a lot like, so even if I'm nominated by the school, I have to do stage 0. And how do I get onto stage 0?
Like once you register, you'll be sent to a website. Once you register on ramanaward.org, you'll be sent to a website. On that website, like all of this information will be available, about your stage 0 and what submissions are expected of you. All of that will be available. So the moment you register, stage 0 will be available for you then.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ayansh. Please go ahead.
Yeah, how to register was not able to find a register option on the website.
Your voice is very low. Please come closer to
registrations are going
the
to begin.
mic.
I heard Lakshmi. The registrations will begin only on July 1st, ma'am. I think I said that around 3 times, that the registrations will begin only on July 1st.
Okay.
So, and it'll be on the Raman Award website.
Thank you.
Yeah. Rishabh, I think.
Divyanshu.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my doubt was that I am not still clear in stage 0.
Yeah, I couldn't hear what you said. It got cut a little bit. What was your doubt?
Sir, my doubt was that I am still not understanding the stage 0.
Stage 0 is just going to be a set of questions you have to answer. And all that questions will decide is, like, have you understood what our expectations are for the Raman Award submissions? And until you get all of those answers right, it'll keep making you do the test. So that's basically stage 0.
Means it is the type of a test.
It's not a test, it's a questionnaire. There'll be a set of questions that, will sort of be asked to you, and all those questions will do is to find out whether you have understood what our expectations are from the submission process. That's all. You don't have to study anything for that test. It's not a it's not a academic test. It's just to
Thank
make
you,
sure
sir.
you have understood what the expectations are.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Rishabh? Rishabh, I've asked you to unmute. I don't think I can hear you.
So my query was to what we have to do in stage 3, and this will be okay for stage 2.
So stage 2, you can decide whatever submission you want to make for stage 2. All right. And stage 3 is the finals, and the finals will happen here in Bangalore in Raman Research Institute. We will decide what activity you guys will be doing for stage 3. We will give you the materials at Raman Research Institute. We'll also give you a problem statement to solve related to that particular activity. So everything of stage 3 will happen on the spot in Raman Research Institute. For stage 2, you get to decide what activity you want to submit for the competition.
So stage 3 will happen in Bangalore.
Yes, Bangalore.
Okay.
Raman Research Institute.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, Catherine.
When you said that it should be simple, like do we use just simple materials, and like when making it, does it have to be simple, or can we like make it a bit hard? Like many like we are using simple materials like a straw or a bottle cap or a plastic bottle, but then we have like many steps to do it. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine. The point is to use simpler materials. The point is to is it like materials that anybody anywhere can just, go and get? That's the idea of it. The simpler the material, the better. It's fine if sort of, it took you like 10 steps to make the activity. That's fine. As long as the materials are simple, the simpler, the better. Yeah.
Yes, Amishi.
Actually, I had a doubt. What's the time limit for the stage 2?
Stage 2 is happening between October 1st and November 15th.
Thank you. Bye.
Welcome. Bye. All the best for everything.
Yeah, Ovi.
For only third level stage, we have to come in Bangalore.
Yes. Everything else you can do at your home.
Yes, and we have to send it on your website.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Bye.
Yes, Arav.
Sir, I have a question. Like, can we make things using small LED bulbs and like small? That's also small. Like, I have a robotics kit. So, like, with the help of the robotics kit and some other materials, can I even make some electronic things like that?
So you can make whatever you want to make. For stage 2, you're allowed to make what.
Sir, you are muted.
Show like this is a working model. The point is to explore. Always keep that in your mind, that whatever activity you're going to make variations of it and see how those variations change the way that your activity works. That's one thing. You can use whatever materials you want to, but the simpler the materials, the better it will be considered as a submission. That's all.
So, sir, so to log in stage 0, like, you have to go to the website.
Yes. So once you register, when registrations begin in July, once you register, immediately it'll take you to stage 0.
So, sir, then till then, can we prepare for stage 0, whatever we want to make?
You don't have to prepare anything for stage 0. Stage 0 is just a questionnaire. That questionnaire, those set of questions will just test whether you have understood what our expectations are for the submission. That's all. So
Okay,
you don't
sir.
have to prepare anything for stage 0.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, Galaxy and Siddharth, please turn on your videos. Then I can put you on spotlight and take your questions. Siddharth, if you don't have any questions, then yes, Siddharth, thank you. Go ahead, Siddharth.
Siddharth, do you have a question?
Hello, sir. Actually, I just want to ask you that when the stage 1 timings will be coming, so it will be in two parts, or because we have our midterms also, and in July for registration there is no problem because at that time midterms comes. So what will be
the stage 1 happens August 1st to September 15th, 1.5 months. That's the timeline for stage 1.
So there will be in like parts, like right now it was first it was conducted in school, now you are doing online also. So is there any facility, something like that?
No, the time, the 1.5 months is just given for you to work on your stage 1 submission and submit it within that time period. Like the last day that you can submit is September 15th.
We can submit online only.
Yes, all of the submissions for stage 0, 1 and 2 will happen online. Only stage 3 will happen in person in Bangalore.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Welcome, ma'am.